Hi guys, so I just got back from seeing Evil Dead Burn, which has been one of my most anticipated horror films of the entire year because I am a huge Evil Dead fan. I have loved almost all of them. The original Evil Dead is an absolute classic. Evil Dead 2, I'm not as high on as some people, but I do still like it. And Army of Darkness, around the same thing. I prefer Evil Dead 2 to Army of Darkness personally, but Army of Darkness still isn't bad. But I love the 2013 movie and Evil Dead Rise. So I was super looking forward to this because it was going to fall into that same vein, and it just looked wild. And I'm happy to say that this movie was fucking fantastic. This was insane. There is so much great stuff in here. We got the actors are all great in the movie. The cinematography is so good. Like whenever fighting and all that starts happening, the camera like follows them around and like does this like crazy things with the movements, and it was just wild how it all played out. The movie is very relentless. It almost does not give you a second to breathe at all. The movie is incredibly violent. There is a ton of gore and just wild stuff that happens throughout the entire near 2 hour runtime. It's definitely one of the more graphic films that I've seen in a while. Because some of the stuff that happens is just insane. The practical effects with the makeup and the way the different demons looked is fantastic. And just like all Evil Dead, we get a big finale special demon at the very end, and it looks so wild, so crazy, and it's just insane. And there's so many cool visuals with like there's near the end of the movie, like the entire area changes to like something else and gives this like hellish red burning atmosphere, and it is just wild what they do. And I will give a warning, there is a pretty upsetting and pretty violent scene involving a dog. That was pretty hard to watch. I had to look away for a second when that happened. But then luckily they do something very cool story wise with it. And there's the other thing is that there's so much good story plots and lore heavy stuff in here that it's just that it's easily one of the best Evil Dead movies up with the other two. With Rise and the 2013 movie. And it really did feel like a combo between those two. And there is a mid-credit scene and a huge post-credit scene at the end of the movie that I highly recommend seeing, especially because Evil Dead Wrath is supposed to come out. It says 2028, but since they're already done filming and this is probably going to be a huge hit, I have a feeling they're probably going to push it till next year, which I hope so because I am super excited. But yeah, I can't speak highly enough about this movie. If you are a Evil Dead fan or a fan of this kind of horror, this is a must watch. You're gonna love it, and I thought that it was fantastic. And I'm gonna give Evil Dead Burn a 5 out of 5. So that is my review on Evil Dead Burn. If you've seen it, let me know what you think about it in the comments. And as always, subscribe to me to see more horror and thriller reviews.